Hey guys, this is Don. This session I play earlier, and was a pretty interesting session. And I figure since I got more love, more people actually watching my video, I figure I'll just make some more. And so for this one, it was a 20-minute session, and I'm just gonna try to record around just probably 30 minutes and talk about different hands. The one that's interesting. The speed is pretty quick this time around, more than last time because this is actually a full session of me playing 20 to 24 table, I believe. So we're gonna start off and see how it goes. I wanna say one thing is I started recording in the middle of the session, so some of the hands gonna be in the middle of it, maybe. As you can see the speed of it. And we're gonna probably just gonna go back to that hand and see the action. And I'm gonna explain my action. Alright. See how the speed of it's so quick. Just keep clicking. As you can see, what happened was, I believe the action was someone raised and someone opened. I two bet and 31 real 3 bet me and I cap. You just want to cap all your. It's pretty much basic knowledge for most rag. I think for most people that's decent is to cap all your good hand. Once you get to 3 players, there's no reason not to cap it. It's, you're just missing out the equity. The reason not to cap is the only reason why people don't cap is for deception. But once you get to more than two players, there's no point of hiding that deceptions. You just wanna just push all your equity. Once you get the when you have so much when you have a strong hand, you just want to push all your equity. For when when you're up against another guy and he raise you, you don't have to cap. My strategy is actually not to cap when it's heads up, but other players can balance it pretty well. For me, I play a lot of tables, so it's just a simple strategy for me not to cap pre-flop when it's only when you're heads up. But with this hand, I cap and he donked into me right away. Now, when player dunk into you when you cap pre-flop, it means that two things. He either are repping, his range is pretty much polarized. It's more polarized on having really good hand because it's basically a 5 bet basically. If there wasn't any cap, it would have been 5 bet by him because he's just leading to me, which shows that his strength is really strong. Now the reason for me to raise right away is that for one thing, I want to just put all the money in the pot right away and not have a scare card on the turn. And for number 2 is that a lot of players, when their range is raising, waiting to the turn to raise while the good hand. So when I raise, a lot of brag or thinks that well, if he has a set or he has a straight here, he probably will wait till the turn to raise because he don't want to anyone to fold or anyone to stop raising. He wants to wait anyway. But sometimes that thinking is not correct because when you think about it, if you don't fast play it and the turn is a scare card, it's gonna stop you right away in your action. And number 2, a lot of good things can happen when you fast play it because the other guys can be like, well, I have a strong draw. I'm just gonna jam it and cap it, and not let him get a free card on the turn, not let him check behind, and and that's the reason why people usually when they dunk to me and I raise and they usually just go crazy, for some reason, or if it's a maniac, you want them to be spewy and just raise you with like nothing or with like some weak draw. So with this hand, I decided to just raise roll away. The only hand that's in his range that I'm really only afraid of is pocket queen, which is only 2 combo. There's 6 combo of pocket kings and 6 combo of pocket ace. There's some pocket jack in his range, and there's not a lot of ace jack off. I think it's actually none in his range because he 3-bet me pre-flop. So people don't 3-bet with ace jack in the small blind. So his range is basically ace jack suited some of the time, pocket jack some of the time, pocket ace and pocket king, and then ace king suited with the heart, or he can be just Pee-wee here, and then we just go from there and see what happened. And I decide just cap right away. Just fast play because usually when you cap like that, players don't. It's funny because when you cap like that, people actually dunk into you again on the turn a lot because they think that you're capping for a free turn. And so I made a full house. And he decides to just fold right away. I think he would call with pocket ace one more time and pocket king one more time. I think, but maybe he fold, pocket king, pocket ace. But I don't think he's that type of player. So I think he was just being spewy on the flop with maybe ace king some of the time. If he did fold pocket ace and pocket king, then that's a pretty good fold for him. So this player, he lead into me when I raise pre-flop. It's a pretty dry board, so he doesn't, most of the time when he lead into me, it's usually a weak pair, and there's none draw unless it's 5, 6, sometime 6, 8. I don't think he has any of that. So there's really not that many draws. So it's weak king. It's 7, 4, and then there's a lot of medium pocket pair. I think he raised and I 3-bet pre-flop. So there's not that many. There's not that many hands you can have here except pocket, medium pocket pairs and weak king. And sometimes ace high. I don't know why people do that. They lead into you with ace high. They think it's a good play, but it's never. You should never lead into someone with ace high when they 3-bet you pre-flop. It just lead you into a very awkward spot, and you would never do that with really good hand. You would check raise with really good hand. So it's hard to balance that. So I decided to wait until the turn to pop him. One thing about limit is you wanna value bet pretty light. In no limit on the turn on the river, you're afraid to you wanna pot control, but in limit it's different. The pot is always the side of the pot is always going to be, it's always going to stay constant with the almost the right amount for the other player to call. So you really don't have to worry, and you don't have to worry about the players putting you your whole stack, check raising you on the river. So you want to be value betting really light. Where in no limit on the river, even I think I haven't played no limit for a while, but I think players in no limit don't value bet light on the river, and there's a lot of good reason for that. But for a limit, you don't want to do that. You want to be value betting pre-light. You want to, anywhere from the obvious top pair to like middle pair, and sometimes even ace high. You should value bet ace high, because sometimes players have the weaker ace high, and it seems like the board is, if they have a hand already, they would check raise you. So you want to be doing that. I'm not sure why the screen is going up like this. I think I'm not really sure why that's that. So I'm just gonna peel one. When he raised there's a lot of draws you can have, and some of the time he will just check back with the draws. And there I'm gonna peel one more because I have the I'm just gonna go back to the hand where I'm gonna explain why I peel one more. There's still a lot of draw. When he this guy is really Mark the Fox. This is not his stat. This is not a player stat, but he's really laggy. He raised a lot with weak hand and draws and all that stuff. So there's a third player in the pot. Making it's already now. It's I think when I got to the turn, the pot is pretty decent, and I have 4 out to the nut straight, and my jack is good some of the time, and my king should be good most of the time. So I have a lot out to peel one more. And that's the reason why. In limit, there's the pot is usually going to be pretty big once you get to like 3-handed, so you can be a calling station when the odd is right. And yeah, I was just fold. There's no reason to. And he hit the straight and flop. Hero cap. Once you get to 2, there's 3 players in the pot. There's already 2 players in the pot, so I'm just gonna cap my pocket kings and not try to do anything weird with it. Usually when there's an important hands I'm in, a pot that is big, I usually put it to my other second monitor, but for the recording reason, that's why it's on the side instead of and in this hand, I cap pre-flop, I lead, I see bet, he raise, I think he call, it doesn't really matter because his hand's pretty weak. Once he just call, whatever, cold call, and I 3-bet, and I think what happened